Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are doing great. I am going to just make sure that you can see and hear me over here, over on the phone, and make sure we are going live. So, here we go. Looks like we're live. Awesome. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me. I am not in my usual spot. As you can see, I am visiting my mom in New Hampshire and enjoying my time here with her today. Okay, let's see. I don't see us up here yet. There we go. Okay, awesome.
No.
There we go. So I don't have my normal setup because I wasn't expecting to be here today. So I'm hoping that the sound is okay and all of that good stuff. So anyway, if you are joining me live, definitely give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, let me know that you're here. If you're watching in replay, feel free to do the same, put replay in the comments. I know a lot of people end up catching us in replay. So today, and actually for those of you who don't know me or you're new to me, I'm Lori Fisher of Rethink Home Interiors. We're a full service real estate staging company based in the Philadelphia suburbs, and we've been in business for just about 9 years, and have lots of experience running a staging business that I'm happy to share with everybody. I kind of have become a geek about marketing and technology, so I'm here to share that with you in these weekly training sessions. Hello, we have some people joining us. Thank you so much for popping in. Give me a heart and give me a thumbs up and let me know that you're here. I'm happy to be with you today. So today we're talking about getting intentional in your marketing, because I think one of the biggest challenges for a lot of us is that we go to market our businesses and we sit in front of the computer and we don't know what to put, in a social media post, in an email, what kind of outreach we want to do, maybe what to put together in a presentation. And so we really get stuck. But a lot of it is because we don't actually give ourselves a roadmap for what we want to be promoting, how we want to be promoting. So I want to share that with you because right now we're heading into Q4. We want to close the year strong and get ourselves ready for an amazing spring real estate season. So anything we do now to kind of plant the seeds will make us, that so much better for us in the fall, in the spring, sorry. So I want you to take advantage of this kind of slower time in the market as it creeps in for you to really create content, batch your content, and really build a library of content that you can keep rolling out there. So this topic today came to me through a conversation that I had with my business coach about being intentional in our marketing and kind of the steps that she had walked me through to help me get more intentional with my business. And there were really two questions that she wanted me to kind of think about as I began to create content. The first one is, what am I going to promote for the next 90 days? What single item do I want to promote? Is it a service? Is it, in our case, actually, you'll see coming up in Q4 with my business, we're going to be talking about our e-staging consultation service. This is an amazing service that we can help sellers all over the country. We're going to be promoting that, simply that, for the next 90 days, our e-staging consultation service. It could be maybe you want to grow your email list and grow your following, so you're promoting maybe you have a free lead magnet or a free irresistible offer. And if you don't know what that is, I have a link in the comments of this video or the caption of this video to the Profitable Staging Business Starter Kit. I have a link within that document to kind of teach you a little bit about what a free lead magnet is. So last spring, my free lead magnet was my ebook, Sell Your House in 72 Hours. So I wanted to grow my email following at that for the spring of last year, and it was super, super successful doing that. So maybe you want to lead somebody to something like that. Maybe you want to lead them to a course or a small offer that you're selling. I know we have, oh, hey guys, oh, sorry, I'm getting so focused over here. Hi, everybody popping in. I'm sending you hearts and love. But for those of my students who've been working with me for a little while who have like an online course or a digital product, maybe you want to focus on selling that one particular item for the next 90 days. So that's the first thing that you need to get intentional around your marketing is what exactly is it that you want to focus on? The next question that you're going to ask yourself, and this is the one that I ask myself repeatedly, this is the one big question, is what do my clients need to hear from me now? What do they need to understand about my company, my philosophy, this particular service or product? You know, what are the ins and the outs of it? What can they expect when working with me, or what can they expect when they purchase this service or product? So you want to be thinking about what do they need right now. But here's the little glitch that a lot of us don't actually even know when we're marketing. We actually need to understand where our clients are on kind of what's called the 5 stages of awareness. And this framework has been around for a very long time, and I'm going to go through each one of these because it'll help you craft really specific content as you roll forward. So 5 stages of awareness. They are unaware, they are problem aware or pain aware. So you can see it noted in either one of those ways. Solution aware, product aware, or most aware. So I'm going to dive into each one of those and kind of explain to you where the client is in that process and what kinds of content you will want to create from that for them. And what I'm going to have you do at the end of this, once you've gotten through this, so hope you're taking notes, is go back through each of those stages of awareness and the types of content that you can create for them and start figuring out what you have in your current arsenal of things that you've accumulated that you can use to create content specifically to address those pain points. So let's talk about unaware first. This is somebody who has no idea that they need you, that they've got a problem, that their house is, likely not going to sell in the condition that it is for the most money it could possibly sell for. They're not thinking about online listing photos and how important they are to the overall sale of their house, the speed in which it sells, and how much more their house can sell for. This is a realtor who doesn't really get that either. They may not be someone who's in real estate full time, so they're more of a dabbler, so they're not really thinking about that for their clients. And if you spend any time on Zillow, there are a lot of people that seem like they are in this unaware phase, right? We see it all the time. So here's the deal. These are people that you don't want to spend any time on. Nothing. You will not create any content trying to woo people who are in the unaware phase into being aware. This is just going to be like pushing a boulder up the hill. So you can actually cross these unaware people off your list, but it's really important to know that they're there because a lot of times the no's and the resistance that you get to your service are people that just don't even recognize that there is a pain point that staging can fix and resolve and fill for them. It's going to take a very long time to convince them. So we're going to start creating content at this next spot, which is problem aware or pain aware. So these are the people, and these are typically the realtors who recognize that they don't want to be the person to have to tell a client to remove religious icons, or that their house has a smell to it, or that they've got to pack away their collectibles and things like that. This is a seller who realizes they want to put their very best foot forward, but they're not quite sure how to do it, right? They know that they are aware of staging. They are aware that they want to put their best foot forward. They're just not totally sure that there's a solution available to them locally in their community. So they really care, obviously, about the challenges that are in front of them, and they would love a solution. They just don't know about you particularly yet. So the types of content you want to create here are education around those pain points, right? So you want to be talking about maybe if you've had a listing that you worked in where the house didn't sell, and then you were able to help them turn it around. Maybe you want to talk about the homeowner that you visited that was wanted to make sure that her neighbors, her family, her friends, when they saw her listing photos or his listing photos, wanted to feel proud of how their house showed. Kind of tapping into those fear points that people have. You want to talk about how someone tried to sell their house by owner for several months and weren't able to do it, and then as soon as they staged and whatever, they got the price that they had wanted after they had already reduced their price several times, they were able to sell for the original price. So that's kind of the stuff. You want to give people actionable content that they can actually have a quick win with. This is a really good strategy. So in order to begin to demonstrate your authority and that you are the person for them, you want to be just sharing little tidbits. Last year, we did a whole series on online listing pick tips. And every Friday, we dripped out a new tip, and we showed images, and we talked about how to hang art, how to accessorize a table, how to make sure that you, or how to accessorize a mantle, how to select window treatments, whatever. We had so many, I think we had 12 weeks of content where we were dripping that out so people could get actionable wins. It didn't tell them the whole story, it didn't tell them the whole solution, but it shared enough that they could have an actionable win, whether they were selling their house or whether they were just dwelling. We were positioning ourselves as the authority in that way. The next step, so we had unaware, we're not going to deal with them. Problem aware, they know they have a problem. Solution aware, this is where they know that staging is a solution that is available to them, but again, they don't really know about you yet. Okay, so this is when you go to a presentation at a real estate office or an investor group or with builders, they know about staging, they just don't happen to know about you yet, your services, what you offer, how you can help them. So these people really care about what the benefits are that you can provide and how you specifically, hello, hi. All right. Oh, we have somebody, error loading, it says. I don't even know what that means, but I see Denise is there. Hi, everybody. Hopefully it's all worked itself out. I'm at my mom's house and her internet's kind of been spotty, so I'm hoping we're okay. So solution aware. They want to know how you specifically solve their problem, right? So we all have a unique way in which we work with our clients. For those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that my big thing is we focus on online listing photos and we educate our clients about how a camera captures a space versus how people see it in person, and that our first reference point for how we want to style their houses is based on how a camera photographs their space. That's our unique selling proposition, right? So that's something that we talk about a lot. That's why when we did our drip campaign about, actionable steps, it was all about how to make your online listing pics look better, because a lot of people don't think about that. They think that a pretty room is photo ready when you and I as experienced stagers know that that's not necessarily the case. So types of content to create for those people who are solution aware. So they know that about staging, they just need to know more about you. You want to further your authority. So anything that you can do to share success stories that further your authority, maybe you tag a realtor that you work with because in a local situation, that's important. They do look. I mean, I hear this all the time. Oh, I saw you were working with so-and-so and I see that you work with them a lot and I realize I probably need to reach out to you as well. You want, again, to create content with quick wins, quick solutions. Maybe it's a video about, how to make a bed, how to style a coffee table. All of those things that show you in action. You're giving them little pieces of the puzzle, but not the whole solution. So they don't feel like they can do it themselves, but they feel like, darn, if I need to hire somebody, she's going to be the one. He's going to be the one, right? And then you can start sharing a little bit about your service. So this may look like, one time I did a blog post. There's probably one of my most commented on blog posts was about our philosophy and the words we will not use with your clients when you refer us. This was a huge one. People didn't realize that our team does not use the word clutter or declutter. And I explained the very personal story about being a young child, and my family was divorced, selling our house, and how nasty a realtor and buyer were coming through our house when we had to sell our house, and how it really impacted the way that I speak to our sellers. So you can share things like that. You might share, kind of what maybe your philosophy is about styling a space, what your perspective is. Maybe it could be something about how you treat focal points, or again, I've talked about in past training sessions about, I did a blog post, another great one that people really seem to love is how to style a dark sofa, right? So that is kind of sharing my authority and sharing a quick win, but a philosophy about how I work with clients. So that's it. Hello. Oh, hi guys. Hi everybody. And to my Canadians joining, happy belated Thanksgiving. And to Shani, happy belated birthday. I just saw that yesterday. I'm so happy you guys are here. I can't stop clapping today. It's my thing today. So anyway, so that's for people who are solution aware. They need to really further understand you and why you are different and why you are special and what your unique selling proposition is. The next thing is product aware. This is where they actually know about you. They know about your service. They know the services you offer, and they are now at the point where they may have just questions, concerns. Maybe they're concerned that you're a person who comes in and is really hard on their seller, or might be very almost too direct with them. That's something that I know a lot of my realtors specifically are worried about. For an investor, this could be they want to see images of your work, for your vacant staging. Maybe they ask a question about your inventory. This is all trying for them to try to further understand. So anything that you can do to share, maybe frequently asked questions. And by the way, here's a little quick tip. The frequently asked questions section, if you have it on your website, should totally be about handling objections, right? So, if you want a great frequently asked question that we get is, will I have to spend a lot of money in order to get my house ready to sell? It's a great frequently asked question, and our philosophy is that we will work as much as we can with the homeowner's items and prioritizing the first several spaces. We don't make people do huge renovation projects and huge things because we don't see a return on investment. So, that's a good example of FAQs that you can share on your social media, things like that, on your in blog posts, in videos that you do, any kind of content that you're creating. So that's kind of where you want to add testimonials is a great thing for product aware. So anything you can share in the way of a direct seller testimonial, investor testimonial, realtor testimonial about how you operated, the success stories, maybe the additional business that they got, the more money they got. It's a great place for that. Case studies, same thing. You can share the story of somebody who tried to sell, without your services, and then maybe you were brought in by a new realtor, you did the work, they decided to increase the list price as a result, and they still got over asking offers. All of these things are great to share. And when you're starting out in the beginning, you may not have all of these stories, and that's okay. I just want you to know that these are some things that as you grow, you're going to want to try to get from each client. You want to, verbal testimonial, an email testimonial, a video testimonial, something that you can share. And it could be just that you simplified the process and made it easier for them, right? That's something that a lot of people worry, that a stager coming in is going to make things a lot more difficult for them. Behind the scenes looks at what you do. This is where you can, your Facebook posts, your Instagram stories, that can all really help highlight how you work with clients, what the service looks like, what the results are before and after pictures. When you're new, do your own house, right? You can do your own house and show before and afters of a room that you've done. That's how I started my portfolio, was my own house. I also did a 30 days around the house organizing thing to show people how to organize and think about how to, organize things like the front of the media cabinet for your listing photos, about hanging art. I did all these little videos about how to do that in my own house. That's how I started, right? So even if you've just started out and you don't have any clients yet, you can be doing this. You could ask a friend too. That's the other thing. I did friends' houses for free several times and took pictures and did all that. And then most aware is they know about you. They know about you. They visited your website. They probably even called you or emailed you, but they've never bought. And they just, for those people, they just may need more touch points, more being in their inbox, more being in their social media feeds, and maybe they need an urgency to act. If they call and they email, you can say, well, we're starting to book out, a week or 2 weeks for our service. So if you want to get on the calendar, let's get you on, as soon as possible. That can help move people forward. And, it doesn't have to be disingenuous, but sometimes people just need a deadline to make a decision. And so that's one way you could do it. If you're selling a product or service online, if you're selling a course, or you're selling, a bundle of checklists or something like that, again, sense of urgency, promotions, this is going to be, a Black Friday sale on my course, and it'll end, whatever, December 1st or something like that. So you want to create some urgency. A couple of years ago, we did some urgency. We were increasing our price, so we offered that people could buy a bundle of up to five styling evaluations for the previous year's price. But it was a cutoff. They had a week, and we did a whole promotion around that. So maybe that's something that you could do. So again, kind of behind the scenes, any promos and bonuses, guarantees. So if you're selling a course or a product, you can provide a guarantee that says if you've done all the work within 30 days and you still don't have the results, or whatever, this isn't the right fit for you, I'm happy to return your money. You can do that as well. I don't tend to recommend that with your in-person staging services, only because there are so many parts and pieces of the selling of a house that we don't control. So I don't tend to want guarantees there. But anyway, so the goal of your marketing is to move people through this phase. And what happens is a lot of people create content around one of these stages of awareness and not the four that we discussed, right? Again, ignoring those in the unaware phase. So you want to be thinking about that. That's why for your homework, I want you to go through these phases, listen to this again if you have to, listen to the types of content that you'll create, and then get very intentional about creating ones that will cover each one of those areas of awareness. The second place where people fall short is believing that it only takes one or two touch points. I've shared the story with my students that I have had people following me for years before they ever reach out to purchase. And even then, they will still question. They open every email, they see all the listings that we work in, they see, they follow us and like our posts on Facebook and Instagram, and they still will have questions about what inventory we're going to be putting in their house, for example, if it's an investor. How do we work with clients? So it can take years. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And the third place that people get tripped up on is not providing a clear call to action. So the first thing is you need to understand what you're going to sell for the next 90 days. You need to understand these stages of awareness. And the last thing is, what are your calls to action going to be? So if for the next 90 days, we'll use my business as an example, e-staging consultations is where we are going to be leaning into promoting our service. Calls to action will be to send them to the landing page where they can get more information about what the service is. We can send them to a get acquainted call so they can understand it better. We can send them to a freebie that gives them a quick win on how to e-stage. There are all kinds of ways we can do this, but we've got to be putting a call to action. It could be sending you an email to get more information. It could be visiting your website. It could, it could even be as simple as we, follow us on Facebook or Instagram to see how we do this, right? So that's another call to action that you could place in like an email or something like that, or follow me on Instagram. If you're posting on Facebook, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can follow, one of the things we're going to be doing is requesting people to send us their photos so we can demonstrate how effective we can help somebody via an e-staging consultation. So, we want them to follow that story over on Instagram. So your homework is to think about what you want to offer for the next 90 days. What is it you're going to lean into and talk about until you are blue in the face and bored with yourself, okay? And trust me, you will be bored with yourself and you will want to chase a shiny object and shift your strategy, but promise me, you will stick for 90 days with something. Go through these stages of awareness and begin to create the content or gather the ideas about what you could create for this and what are your calls to action going to be. Okay, next week in the training session, we're going to be talking about something called micro angles, super sexy, micro angles that you can use in your marketing as well to kind of help you brainstorm even further here with your content, just in this whole kind of theme of intentional marketing that we're going to be doing these next several weeks in these Facebook sessions. We'll also very soon be uploading these to YouTube so that you can go and consume all of these over in one place over on YouTube. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for everybody who's joined in today. Again, if you're joining in replay, definitely let me know you're watching in replay, and let's get out there, guys. Let's create our Waze, Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever you use for our marketing for this next quarter so that we can have a really, really strong close to 2020 and a really strong start to spring 2021. I can't believe we're talking about spring 2021. All right, guys, thanks so much. Kisses to you all, love you all, and thanks so much. Thanks, definitely need to listen to this again, very helpful. Oh, awesome, Shani. Yeah, this one's a meaty one. This is a little beefy. So awesome. All right, guys, download that Profitable Staging Starter Kit if you don't have it already, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.